Wow, I'm tired. But yeah, I sat in there and watched that Richmond's Tommy Edwards thing because I'm curious about that. And I saw his niece and his nephew, and you could see the family resemblance in both of them. And then they had pictures of him and his brother Nathan and sister Harriet. And Harriet's lovely, all right? Yeah. They'll have the same family kind of resemblance. And yeah, I was like, well, okay. Was reminding me of Chief from, well, Chief played he played instruments. And he loved jazz, just adored jazz. And that's what Tommy was doing. That's what him and Harriet and Nathan were doing, was going into the joints and, you know, where they did the "Is You Is" or "Is You Ain't My Baby," you know, this chicken egg. That was. I'm like, yeah, he had a flair for writing songs. The one lies go, yeah, two's gonna get you, and so he, because he was raised with moral values that tried to be very good in this hell and make sense of this hell. He had Mr. Music Man. That's the one I heard the other night. Mr. Music Man, don't play the blues. Yeah, that's a good song. Don't you like him? I really like me some Tommy Edwards, man. He's one of my favorites. But I also sit there and watch the Tesla fighting robot. You're like, what the fuck do you need a fighting robot for? Oh, the pride of the vanities. The fighting temptations. What the fuck? Here, make our robots be as stupid as we are. As violent and selfish and fearful. Come on now. Come on now. And when people think they can gain what they want through aggressiveness, deception, manipulation, one guy's going to lead, two's going to lead, three's going to, right? And so, if people can't trust you to honor other people's existence and honor what's needed for existence, you know, like this thing with spraying these herbicides, they see it as a money thing. It makes no sense. I mean, I have the resources to, you want to maximize the crop, but you don't want to put poisons into the food because it kills the poor people that eat it. Right? That's why the things with, oh, it's organic. You don't have a fucking organic farm. Okay. Your farm is outside Nashville. It rains and it snows. Okay. So how do you have an organic farm that gets outside the acid rain and the plastic snow of DC and Baltimore? You're so full of shit. Well, I grew it. You grew it inside. It's the same water. Well, I took it. You had to put a lot of money and effort to give those assholes the best food that have to adapt to living in Baltimore and LA. Oh, you have to build an immunity to some degree. But the less natural it is, the more like, there's a killer on the road. His mind is squirming like a toad. If you give this man a ride, sweet memory will die. Killer on the road, right? Girl, you gotta love your man. And you watch Tommy died from alcoholism, like my grandfather, because he couldn't keep paying everybody's bills of his telling. And when people get money like that, they party and they go out and have a good time. They buy nice cars and they do things that don't make much sense because they want to be like the wealthy that maintain the money, like the Colonel and the Vanderbilts and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. And, you know, where Rockefellers walk with sticks in their mitts, go putting on the Ritz. And it's like, oh, great Gatsby yourself. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Okay? And a robot that does Kung Fu. How about a robot that understands Proverbs? You're not applying Proverbs. I may have to come over there and kick your ass. And why would you teach a robot Kung Fu? You could just have the robot blow up. Like Elon Musk said. You know, just walk the robot in. It's not a human being. Walk the robot in with all the Kung Fu masters. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Boom! Nobody's Kung Fu fighting. Ha! The robot walked in and he walked right in. He had the codes. He didn't need to rip the other guy's eyeball out like Loki did. Right? There'll always be people like you. Oh, the soldier. So, you know, don't be stupid. The ash from Mount St. Helens went all the way around the world. We don't need that kind of biological reaction to human insanity anymore. Right? Inagata Devita. Don't you know that I love you? I don't want to ask how stupid you are because it's got to stop. And you shouldn't be this stupid. You know, Jesus told me in Sierra Vista, just think as selfishly and stupid as you can and keep going. You can't. I know. You will destroy everything with this, including this. Okay? Once you destroy everything that has the capacity for your body to have a mind, you're pigs in space and marvelous pigs in satin. James, how are you? Isn't it a lovely day, right? You don't need to make that money. He's famous for this. Why do you need to be famous? We could sing old songs about our dysfunction. And, you know, Johnny Mathis and Nat King Cole, I like all the other singers that redid that song, right? But when Nat King Cole sang it, I'm like, that's good. And Johnny Mathis sang it, it's Johnny. And it's a good song, and he's singing it. And even Barry Manilow and Andy Williams, it wasn't nearly as good. And the only two that came to where it's like, hey, that's a pretty good version of it, was Nat King Cole and Johnny Mathis. And then they put on Tommy. It was like, no, that's the original right there. And you have words with him, and your future's looking down, but these things your hearts can rise. I love Tommy. I got like 30 songs on my MP3 of that guy. All the ones I could find. Oh, that's right. We got to go find Christmas songs. I should have public domain and just be able to go, hey, boom, boom, thank you. Scan your disc, motherfucker. And they were laying it on thick yesterday about Jennifer Lopez yesterday with all the songs. Just like, that's a J-Lo head fuck song. That's another backed up right by another one. Wow, here I go again. Tears, tears falling like the... Wow, well, she has good taste in her music that she liked as a kid. She does. She likes Tears, but she likes Force MDs. Oh, I like Force MDs too. She likes the stylistics. Everybody likes the stylistics. I'm sure she has good enough taste to like Ella Fitzgerald, Nancy Wilson, and Tommy Edwards. Damn! Where have these guys been hiding my whole life? I did the same thing in my 20s when Mom brought home Nancy Wilson, man. And Dana Washington. And Joni Baez. I was like, Joni Baez had better songs on her records than they played on the radio. Virgil Kane is my name. I was like, that's like one of her least good songs. Yeah. I'd never heard Diamonds and Rust. I'd never heard Sweeter Than Me. I'd never heard Sweeter For Me, I'm sorry. I never heard Sweeter For Me. I never heard Diamonds and Rust. I'd never heard How Long It's Been Since I've... The Twin Bed with a Stranger, a Love Song for a Stranger. I just, God dang, where's this woman been all my life? She's as good as Joni Mitchell, right? And you're like, this is really good stuff, right? The radio didn't play them. You know, they played The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. And I was like, that's all right. You know, but her best songs, they just didn't play on the radio anymore. And I was like, I guess they did. Not really. And Diamonds and Rust again, and it's obvious. Okay, this is a breakup song with Bob Dylan, man. Mm-hmm. The answer is Blowing in the Wind. Are you sure about that? Because the Lord's Prayer is very specific, and so is Proverbs. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. God's omniscient and neither pertinent, neither a person or a possessive pronoun be. Now, share, care, give accordance to need, built to last. Forgive debt and trespass, love on, eternal faithful peace. Eternal faithful peace. Hi, I'm a television preacher, and I need more money to fuck and rub it in your face and say, maybe you can be successful at pimping Jesus just like me. What about all of us pimps in the Middle East that say that Muhammad is the second best comic book salesman in the world behind Jesus? What about us? Go strap yourself to a C4 and go try to do a kung fu fight with a robot. All right, take some missionaries with you. Because that's all you're doing is killing yourself. When you go around doing good deeds for money, with money, in the name of the Messiah, you might as well just go in there and kung fu fight with a robot that's going to blow itself up the moment you walk in and say, hey, it's not kung fu fighting, it's karate. Ooh, kid, me karate kid. Man, go home. Rethink your life. Love your wife. And love your kids. Wow, now pass it around. Hey, 1 man who lives Proverbs in the barn, one man who lives Proverbs. You take him around, pass him around. Another man lives Proverbs around. Yay, the man lives Proverbs around. He's the heart of Psalms. It's a perfect song. Sing it along. You don't have to ask for money to do it. It won't kill Tommy Edwards of alcoholism when he's a young man. He was still very young. He died from alcoholism because the hit parade stopped and he couldn't take care of everybody like he should. And it hurt him. It hurt more than his pride. People ask for money. It's like Patsy Cline. People ain't going to ask me for more money. Going to threaten to call me up and take away my Chevy and my Frigidaire, right? It's horrible. There ain't nothing in my pocket but 3 nickels and a dime, 2 nickels and a dime. Things have gone to pieces since you left me, right? Hello, Linda. Hello. How things go for you to don't... And that's not a teardrop in the corner of your pain. Don't you try to tell me that it's rain. She went away and left us the way she planned. She probably went away because he's drinking because he couldn't make as much money as he needed to make to maintain everybody's happiness. Or he started drinking to survive the hell, and then he couldn't stop doing it. And then he lost to Nicole Kidman, and his daughter's on a damn runway for prostitute pimping, for fashion, for you need a lot of money to wear that bullshit stuff on your body. You can't sew that yourself. My nephew could. Corey could do better. It's your dress. Make it whatever color you want. Tell the fashion designers to go fuck themselves. And we did have a team that had red, gold, and green, but they also had blue. They were the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors before everybody got homophobic in Hawaii in the sports venue. It's like they had the best uniforms in all the history of college sports. They had a field of green that looked lush, okay, with a rainbow down the side. It was white, blue, red, and yellow, okay? And the white jerseys had the green where the white was on the rainbow, right? They had the big HU, and they had the Hawaiian warrior dude, you know, with the rainbow coming from it. It was gorgeous, man. They were the best uniforms in the world. I love rainbows. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I talk to her, please, Mr. Sun, right? On the morning side, but you live on the morning side of the mountain, and I am on the twilight side of the hill. Sun does rise in New York before it sets in New Mexico, okay? I will help Jenny and her family through hell. If her friends want to still fuck for money and bungle in the jungle, that's their business, okay? But I implore you, okay, if you have children that believe in the Lord's Prayer and want to live the Lord's Prayer, don't stop them and say, you got to make money. No. That's it. Use your all-powerful no. No. Because truth is truth and lie is lie. And one lie starts, Tommy Edwards tunes. Right, okay. And that alcohol will kill you because you're trying to survive hell. So don't be an idiot getting drunk and listen to idiots and do what idiots do. Heart of Psalms, seed of Proverbs. There you go. Maximum. The only Emmys are precious daughters that love you and don't want you to die, but then realize when you're 104, maybe more, it's like, Dad, you could go lay down and rest. Oh, I won't cry that much. I'll miss you, but I'll realize you're the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, and everybody will no longer miss you because you'll grow from the grass like Zeke, Smitty, and even rotten little pebbles. Do never declaw a cat, you rotten bastards. Don't declaw a cat. Not even, especially not kittens. That's a purpley dress. Francisco, that's fun to say. Someone need a hug? Watch that raccoon. He could hurt, he could bite. They bite. Okay, guys, I love you. Peace out, man. We'll talk later.